morning to you. How you all doing this morning? Yes, good morning. I'm Brenda, and I thank you for coming. Welcome to my live show. I'm going live this morning. I was up by 2:30. I got in the shower, jumped in the shower. I had to get myself together, and I said I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna talk to them, and I ain't got no agenda. I don't have no titles of what this subject is gonna be about, but I came. I wanted to get on out here, and I wanted to talk to you all to let you all know that I'm available. I'm available for you, and I'm coming out here, and I want to just talk, just simply talk. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, um, it's good to start off with a prayer and just telling the Lord, thank you, Lord, for waking me up this morning and starting me on my way. And that's what He did. And so I got on up. I got on up because really I was resting real good. I was resting really good. My name is Brenda. Welcome to my live show. I am glad that you're here. Come on in here. Let's talk. Let's talk this thing out. And another thing that I continue to forget, and you when you get up there, you forget. Look, uh, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you want to talk about. What do you want me to talk about? I can talk about any subject. I can look it up. I can research whatever you want to talk about, and we can discuss it. You know what I'm saying? And you can ask me a question. Let's do this with with decency and in order and respect. You want me to do a little research on something, and you want to tell me something, or you want me to tell you something. Well, we can talk about this thing. We truly can. We can talk about it. Uh-huh. Whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about it. Do uh, the sky is it blue or what? And the sky's the limit. How about that one? The sky's the limit. Whatever you want to talk about, but let's do it in order, decency and order. I'm not no professioneer. I'm not a licensed person. That's what I want to say. I'm not licensed in various areas, but I'm licensed in just general life of my life of how I live and what I do in life and how I carry myself and I can speak to those kind of issues like that. What would you do if you boil some water? Hey, look, how do you cook an egg? Some people don't even know how to cook an egg. Okay, how you cook rice? You know what I'm saying? These little simple things. You would imagine that they do know, but people really don't. Really, you have to learn these things. And so, come on in here. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. I am Brenda, and welcome to my live show. I'm here to talk to you and discuss anything that you want to talk about. Let's do it in good taste and with respect, and we can handle up on anything. Okay. So I wanted to allow y'all to. I want to remember to tell you all to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on your notification. You know when I'm coming on. I come on at different times of the day. You know what I mean? And, sometimes I take a break because I need a break. Give me a break. I will take that break. Okay. Let's see what we got here coming through here. All right. All right. All right. Good morning to you. Okay. All right. Bless up. Okay. All right. Some of this is being Mia Sasa. Okay. Okay. Look, I speak only English. Only English. But you come on in here and you want to listen. There's some English speaking. This English speaking lady, I can speak English. Okay. So come on in here. Let's come on in here and get warmed up. And sometimes people like to view you and just check you out. And that's what I do others. I mean, I like to check out other things, and I do that. And so what happened was, you won't believe this is kind of on the funny side, because I'm always laughing, and I learned to laugh in life and not be so harsh and so so serious about some things. And so I was viewing my clip on yesterday that I did earlier that day, and it's entertaining. I was sitting there and I'm watching myself and I'm saying, okay, then who is this here? Hello, Jay, what's up? How's life? Oh, life treating me well. I appreciate that. Thank you for asking. And I want to know how life treating you. I hope life is treating you well also, okay? And so because I'm gonna be speaking to and fro because people ask me questions and things of that. So life is treating me well. I mean, it could be better. I mean, I'm always looking for the better. I mean, I was taught that, it's always the better, and look for the better. That's what keeps us moving and keep us strong and keep us going because we got hopes and we got dreams and we want to see some things come to life. But let's move on some more. What is the topic about? Can I know? That's what I'm saying, Jay. Thank you, Jay, for asking the question because, hey, I'm not going to say it like that. Anything goes because anything don't go. But I just came, I got up and I got my act together, myself together. And so I said that I was going to come and I'm just going to sit around. I'm going to see what happens. I'm moved by the Spirit. The Spirit of God. I have to trust the Spirit of God because this is what my life is about. Do I trust God? I do. Yes, I can trust him. But can you move by the Spirit? Can you move by the Spirit of what God is telling you to say and to do and the things that just simply you just know. Okay? So, and I don't have a topic, Jay. I don't have a topic right now, but I can talk and I can move by the Spirit of God on whatever that you all want to talk about, or whatever you think about, or whatever situation that you're in, or you want just a little tidbit, little something on it. I can put something on it. Okay. All right. Let's see what somebody else is saying. Life is a little tough, Jay. Trust and believe, though. You got to bring that faith up. Get that faith up. I know what you mean. Life is tough, Jay. And it's so good that you came here, that you can talk to someone. Talk to me. Yeah, it's about 3 a.m. this morning. Hey, and guess what? That's right. Because I have went to sleep. I go to bed early. I go to bed like 9, 10 o'clock. Okay. And I get me some rest. I get my rest in, and then I can get up and I can go. I can do some things. Okay. Thank you, Jay. Like you saying that, like, well, Jay, what I was saying to my audience is that I did not want to forget, and I always do forget to tell you all to like, to comment, to subscribe, turn on your notification, make a comment of what I'm talking about or what you want to talk about. Because you just made a statement that you're going through some things. Life is tough. And it is, but when you can talk about it, when you can bring it to the forefront and let the devil know that you're not going to pounce on me, who is this? Okay, somebody speaking in another language. Look, I do speak English. Okay, Julian, you have to wake up at 5. Okay, the day's Saturday. The day is Saturday here where I am. And like you say, it's about 3, and you got to wake up at 5. Uh, what do you have to go to work? And so just excuse yourself, and whatever you got to do, you have to leave. It's acceptable. You can move around. You can leave if you need to. All right, Woods. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine enough to wake up because I was up at 2:30, got myself together, got me a wonderful shower, and so therefore it's about 3 now, and I wanted to come in and I want to just sit and talk and say hello, hello, and so okay, all right, BTW, Jay, you're from Africa, all right, and your wife is from Nigeria. Okay, good morning to you all. Hey, welcome to my live show. I'm Brenda, and I thank you for coming, stopping in, saying hello. I appreciate that. And if you can't stay, you moving around, I understand that. That is acceptable. And so I thank you for that. Okay. Hi, hi, Lovey. All right, bye, Lovey vibes. Okay. Hi, how are you this morning? And so sometimes it's good to just say hello because I'm a person that do speak. In real life, I learned that to say hello. Because once upon I ain't talking about once upon a time, but it's just good to speak. And sometimes you have to speak first to say hello, good morning, how are you doing? How's your day going? And that's real life. Okay, thank you, Wood. Woods, yeah, yeah. And it's just good to speak. You know what? That could be a topic right there. Speaking could be a topic because you got to learn to speak to people. You see people out there and they look strange and you scared. You know, and 'cause people with their husband and wives or with their boyfriends and girlfriends, and you have to be careful because sometimes people don't want to be bothered. Yes, yes, I'm fine, and thank you for saying hello back. And so that could be a topic right now. I'm open. I'm open for to discussion or discussing or whatever you want to talk about and speak about. And it's so true. Hello. Someone else is saying hello to me. How are you? Yes. Emma? Emmanuel? Hi, how are you? And so I learned that. You know what was? See, that's a wonderful topic. That was the hardest. I had to learn that too. Learning to talk to people was one of the hardest but most rewarding skills I learned. And I learned that two skills. I learned that too was that skill. I learned that skill too because I would go to the office, my work job. When I was coming through, I'd go to the office, and if I didn't want to speak, you know what? I don't even want to take it there. But we need to learn that. We need to learn to speak wherever you are. Just speak and go ahead on. Say hello. How are you? And just and sometimes people hear you and reciprocate, and sometimes people don't, and they just go on because people you don't know what people hear it is. It's in the sky. Like they say, Earth. Earth. Bring it back to Earth. But you have to learn calling a person name. I'm Brenda. Brenda to earth. Brenda to earth. That brings you back to earth when someone speak to you about hello, how are you? And just move along. Not to me. And look, someone played a trick on me. Let me tell you this here. Someone played a trick on me. I spoke, hello, how are you? Oh, they did a full scale. Well, see, I got to pay this and I got to do that, and I'm having a difficult time, and that it was really a joke. It was really a joke, but they pulled that stunt on me. They put it, and I'm talking about I was in everyday life, and I think I had met this person on the elevator, and I said, "Hello, how are you? Good morning." And baby, they taken it there. They went there. And they told me how their day was going. I mean, they had gotten up and how they feel about it. Because hi, how are you? Yes. And so when today is Saturday. But Monday through Friday, when the hustle and bustle, when the rubber meet the road, you have to get up, you have to do things, and people forget to speak. Or those who do speak, they speak casually and move along because there's so much of the day you have to get started on. But it's just so wonderful to speak and move and get the person feel. At least that person spoke. At least they let you air yourself to say hello to you. And whatever is not about all of that. It's about speaking and moving on. How are you doing today? Giving a person a chance to say, I'm feeling sick today, or and you can empathize with them, and you can say, well, hey, take you got what Epsom salt. You got what is that thing? It's a little fizz thing that you take when you kind of just not feeling well. But it's just a blessing to say hello. Hello, how are you? I speak to people in my house. People in your very own house. You can get up in the morning, know you speak. You just get up and do you. But we learn to speak. We learn to speak in the family. We ask each other how we doing. You have to even have to learn that. You wake up mad. What are you mad for? But you have to learn to speak, and that's a very good topic for today. Is speaking to one another, saying how are you, how you feeling. During the night, you can not feel well during the night. You can wake up, you can rise up, and like rise and shine, and you ain't shining because you ain't feeling well. But I'm feeling pretty good, and I woke up, and because let me tell you what I did. I want you to know this. I'm telling you this because I want you to know. I taken my television out of my room so I can sleep well, get me some rest, and all the noise of the TV. And I mean, it just be coming at you. And so I got that out of my room. I think that's what my energy level is up. I'm feeling good because the extra noise that's in my head, I don't have that noise in my head. I can think clear. I know what I want to do when I get up and what I should be doing and what I know I want to do. So it's just good to have that peace of mind, that peace of mind. And I don't know, like I had so much noise going on in my head. I don't even know if I even did any dreaming, to dream or anything of that sort. But when you go into, like, I think my doctor told me, when you go into that very deep, relaxed stage of sleep, that you can get healed. You can feel better. And I noticed that when I go into that deeper stage of sleep, because they tell you it's three different levels of sleep. I don't, I, I'm not, I don't really know, but with me talking to the professionals, my doctor, you in that first stage, second, and then you go into a real deep sleep where you get that good healing and feel good. Yeah, that's true. I'm glad you're on board with that because for the longest, see, some people, and I was like that too, that I couldn't live without my TV in my bedroom. I had to have, look, I had to have, I always say, like, I had to have something to sleep with, and television was my sleep partner. I went to sleep with the TV on. And I mean, it'd be on, and I fall into a deep sleep, and all of this noise getting in my head. And so now, and I'm on my way. I'm on my second week of the television gone out of my room. I felt for a moment, uh, uh, just the night ago, I said, well, I need to go get the TV, and then it was just a fading thought, and it just faded. And I say, okay, I'm glad I didn't do it because I'm breaking. I got to get through this 30-day because that's when a habit take hold. Give yourself at least 30 days, whatever the habit that you're trying to break. And it could be eating, eating before bed, or some people eat after 6 o'clock. You have to learn these things, and to make yourself feel better, you have to do and practice these things. Thank you, Woods, for that. And so you have to, and if you do these things, this is for your own good. This is for the bettering of yourself. Yourself, you need, like they say, work on self. But these are some tidbits, minor things, like your cell phone. Hey, this phone here, I didn't even pick it up. I fell asleep. I went and I slept good too. Yeah. I slept good. The cell phone. Yeah, I take it to bed with me, but I don't. I want some stuff I want to hear, and I know that what I'm listening at, I'm gonna fall asleep, and I'm gonna pull the plug out, and I'm asleep. Okay. But for the noise to be all over crescendo and all over your head, and what they talking about, and all the action movies all over your head, I'm toning it down. I done tone it down. The TV is out of my room. I got the remote for the big TV in the living room, and when I'm in there in the daytime. But at nighttime, my bedroom is still. It's still where I can get some rest, and the thing about it is, I don't have no light. I just say, well, I got the bathroom light, but I don't need a light in my bedroom. I need to fully tune in to sleep and go to sleep and wake up well rested. And now I'm trying to captivate. Do I dream? Because for the longest, it's such much. It was a mixture. I don't know if I was or I wasn't. So there it is. And so I get the rest that is needed. I get the rest that is required, and it makes me feel so much better. Let me see. I want to change my glasses. I want to see if I can switch out glasses right quick, and it makes me feel good. So I'm doing some new stuff. I'm doing some new things for the better me. And I hope you can take something with you to decide you want to get the TV out your room. So look, that's hard to do. You got to be ready for that, though. I'm trust and believe that. You got to be ready. Like, hey, I'm retired. I'm retired, and I feel like, hey, I can watch me on the TV if I want to. I'm gonna do that. But at the same time, when you got noise over your head and you got to go to work and you need to, well, see, this is Saturday now. You can stay up late, sometimes when you don't work hard, you want to stay up late. You can do that. Treat yourself. I want to treat myself. I want to stay up. If you want to stay up, you can stay up. But at the same time, when you need that rest, do the rest thing. Get you some rest. Get you some rest. Okay. And so, and I noticed that when I get some rest, rest, my eyes swell. I'm well rested. You know what I'm saying? And I feel better, and I can think better. All right, for you, it's your computer. Let me get my other glasses. See, because these various glasses, I can't see out of them, and I just got some new glasses. And I want to tell you something. I can't see out them jokers. I don't went and got them new glasses, and I still can't see. Okay, for me, it's my computer, but I do need it for college. Right, that's right. You need your computer, but you're gonna have to know when to put it down. Of course, you got them studies to do, and sometimes it'd be years before you can put some of that stuff down. But if you start practicing, that's what it is. You got to start practicing, starting there. By the time and you know what, I don't even want to say it like that. But in the probably next 5 years or two, you want to do it. You hoping that it would be sooner that you can kind of slide it to the side. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes a long time. You know, I always thought about not having a TV in my room, and it never happened for me because I never taken the initiative. It would be like a gravitation, something always pulled me back. But now, baby, I'm 71 years old. I need me some rest, and I'm gonna get the rest that is required and needed for me to function. I want to function. The word of God. Learn to do well, and by me doing well is to move that television out the way and get me some rest. Well, there's people that have done that. There's others who do that very well. Take the TV out, but you have to look this new technology, these devices. You need them, and if you don't watch it, they'll make you feel guilty. You don't have to feel guilty. You have your studies. You got to be on your computers, and then you sometimes you kind of slip into watching some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you catch yourself when you slide into all this other action because this media, the cell phones, the computers, and all this other digital. My Alexa here, she'll talk to me. I pass by. She say, "Hello, Brenda." I was like, "Wait a minute, who is it?" Because this technology is there. It's there, and use it well. How you see fitting for you. Not for others because they're doing what they're doing, but do it because you know how to do it. You know how to pick it up and use it, and you know how to put it down and tighten up. And so, and when I was like out there on the road, traveling, having to get up and go to my work job and stuff like that because I'm retired now. Uh, we didn't have a lot of distractions. It's a lot of distractions. You have your what the GPS in the car. You're traveling and you got to get to where you want to go. They give you directions on how to get there. That's a good thing. Then you got to be watching in your rear view mirror and left and right and your peripheral vision. You got to know all. That's a lot. That's a lot to know and a lot to do. But you got to coordinate it, working for your good, so you can stay safe. Who is this? Let's see what's up. Well, same to you. God bless you. You have a wonderful day, and you don't have to be sad because you got to go. Because I'm gonna have a good time right here, and you know what that may be the reason why you sadly having to go. Because I'm gonna have a good time. It's gonna be a party right here. We're gonna do it right here. But come back again, Woods. Turn on your notification. You'll know when I'm back on, and you might want to just hop in and say hello. And you can do that. So God bless you. You take care. You take care of yourself. And those studies, look, when it's time to put that computer down, put it down. But when you need to pick it up and do you and make it happen for yourself. Okay. Love you much. You take care. See ya. Okay. Now, uh, the topic for today is really just an open topic. I can travel on any of conversation that you want to talk about. Um, it's things that has happened or in my life. I don't know if it would be interesting to you. It might. There's people that's having surgery and doing a lot of things in life and situations. People have things in life that they are having to adhere to and take care of and going to the dentist. I just went to the dentist last week. I had to. That was my last run to the dentist before I decide I want to do something major next year. If I decide to do that major project on my mouth, that'd be fine. And if I don't want to do it, I don't have to. It's up to me. But I can do it in the next couple of years if I choose to. But for dentists now, I'm complete. I went to the dentist about 4 times this year, about 3 or 4 times that I went to the dentist. I had to get some things taken care of, and I did. I did just that. But now I don't have to. The dentist have completed his work, and I'm pretty proud of my work that I had done, and so that's what it was. So whatever you have to do this year, do it. There's and mainly the big thing that people are having to do is the job market has flipped and flopped and turned around, and then there's some people who stabilize. You got to get up and go to your job, and just it's a host of things. 'Cause I worked 22 plus years uh, that I did, and I got up every morning, every day, on time, and when it because now look, when it was time to take off, I taken off. I was off. I was off. But when I was on duty, and I always that's the way I talk. I was in finance. When I was on my job, I went to work every day. When it's time for me to be off, I was off. I didn't worry about it. I didn't worry about the job. The job was going to take care of itself because when I was there, I taken care and I did what I had to do of my work job. So I was satisfied because when I was off, it was my time. It was me time. But when I was on duty, I know to shine. Uh huh. Okay, cool. So now uh, I don't have. I'm just open to a conversation. Things that just reiterating and reminding. And another thing, my page is about reminding you about go out there and have fun. Enjoy your life. You gonna work hard. You gonna do it. Hey, Shasta, who is this? Okay, hi, how are you? Yes, you can. Who is this? Can I be your moderator? Yes, you can. Hi, Taylor. Yes, you can be. You can. You can. You say, can you be my moderator? Sure, you can. And so I don't know if I requested a moderator, but since you're asking, I know what the moderator does here on the system. You can control the conversation, or somebody, if so that they not in a line with what's supposed to be going on. Sure, you can, because I don't like distasteful conversations. Getting in areas that gray areas that is not acceptable. Some things I appreciate and enjoy talking about, but then some deep seated conversations is not for me. You have to get to the professionals for those kind of things. Okay. So yes, Taylor, you can be my moderator. Okay. So here goes. But you know what? That was a good topic right there. Learning to speak, learning to say hello, because a lot of people have to learn that skill. I myself coming through. Hi, Latoya. How you doing today? Come on in. I'm Brenda. I welcome you to my channel. Um, uh, you can come in and listen and whatever you want to discuss. And okay, what's wrong, Taylor? You say you're so sorry. Sorry about what? Huh? Okay. I don't know what you're saying, but come on, talk to me. But I'm saying hello to Taya, Lataya. Okay, how you doing, Latoya? It's cool. Uh huh. How are you today? and this about going on. And I have to get now. See, I don't have no time on the screen when I'm going live, so I can keep myself in tune. Oh yeah, I do. I've been here on the tube here for 30 minutes, but I'm speaking the actual time from 3 o'clock to 30 minutes. I've been. I guess it's about 3:30. I guess it's about 3:30. But I came early because I want to just be out here and just whatever, however the spirit leads me, I will obey. And so keeping it simple, and discussing whatever you want to talk about. Sometimes life problems is not big as we blow up situations and circumstances. Sometimes we make it bigger than what it actually is. It's because we don't know how to handle a situation or a problem, but we have to learn. We have to learn how to do well. We have to learn things that we know not of. You know what I'm saying? And so when I did that, I said, I'm going to trust the Spirit of God. I'm going to trust the Spirit of God. What I'm stepping into. You know, Someone may have a sincere, heartfelt situation, and my golly, I have to be on top of it. What is it? What is it? But amen. Okay. But what it is, I'm just basically talking about how to uh just because when you're out there in the real world, we are the media here. You're in a safe setting right now, okay? But when you moving out there in the real world and you traveling, you about it, you meeting people and you're saying hello. Sometimes people freeze up; they don't want to speak. I don't know you, and if I say hello, I don't know how you gonna take that. It's almost like road rage. You in your car and you cut somebody off. You're in a situation now. Even if sometime you're out there in the real world, you speak hello, how are you doing? Here you're safe. You can speak. Come on in here and say hello. Hi, how you doing? That's fine. But out there in the real world, you're out there in the real world. You don't know. You speak to people. People roll their eyes. You know what I'm saying? You step back. Yeah, yeah, Taylor. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And you know what? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Uh-huh. Now look, when y'all throw up all these emojis on me, you know what I'm saying? I you give me a whole sentence of emojis, and you want me to read it? That's another language, you know that? And some of it I know, and to read some of that stuff, that's a bit much for me. So I suggest that you speak English language to me. I can read that better than all this emoji, hi, hey, that you said hello in different languages or something. You look, I'm English speaking, okay? And so I'm cool with that. But you got it going on with your different hands, and so. But anyway, that's cool. That's real cool. So I'm gonna have to learn all that. Yeah. Latoya, she laughed. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm 71, okay, and I have been versed in technology much more than I have been versed in emojis. The language of emojis. You got okay, yeah. Now that's cool. That's real cool. I got you. I understand that. Okay. But you did all the hand waves. I guess you were saying hello in different languages. And they got the song, the different "How Are You" song. You know what I mean? I has got some assistance with that there. That was a real cool song. But I speak English, and I understand English. Okay, and so but the emojis, if you send me a whole, well, now what it looked like, it was a whole line of hand waving, hand waving and with the emojis. But me to read that type of language, that's just like hand signs. If you do hand signs, that's another language. And so emojis too is another language that you have to learn and deal with. And I need some time to learn. But you did all the hand waves. That was acceptable. I understood that. but there are those who can do a whole line, maybe even 2 or 3 lines of emojis that they want you to read, and that's not my language. The smiley face, I can work with that, you know what I'm saying? And, and a couple of, the clap hands, I can deal with that. But to give me 3 lines of emojis, I don't know if I can tell you what's up with that, okay? But it's cool. But it's cool. I'm learning. I'm 71, and I'm learning a lot. I got 2 young people. My grandkids. My grandson is 18. My granddaughter is 16. And in this technology, I don't have to worry about what I don't know, because I have worked in. I've used computers really all my life. That was my work job. Well, I had to be on the computer, and I had to input information and do all this kind of stuff. And I worked 20 plus and more years on computers, and I went to school for your computer technology, and I did my own. I did a page. I did you use your templates to set up your own page, your own design your own website, and I did that for a moment. But at the same time, I did that. I done forgot how to do that. I have to go back and do all that studying once again, and I don't know if I really want to do that now. If I want to throw it off into my business or my company, I'll do it like that there. But all that is studying. You have to study that, the templates, even though they make it a little bit more simpler, you still have to study just how you want to organize your template, and stuff of that nature. So I'm always studying, I'm always reading, because I'm always into technology. I have to learn to these things, and I do. And so that's why I'm here. I can't get these young people of mine to come. No one else in my family is on YouTube but me. They say they private people, they don't want nobody to know their life, and me myself, I'm not clumsy, but I'm an open person. Thank you, Derek. Yeah, it's cool. Come on in here. I'm Brenda. And so I'm here. I'm just talking, what I'm saying. I'm not licensed, I'm not licensed, like in this or in that, but I have life experiences that I had good life, and I had some good life experiences, and I had some bad life experiences, but the good outweigh the bad. And so I can actually speak from experience of life, what it taught me, and I got some gifts, and I got some skills, and I got some talent, but I tell you what, I'm in this learning mode. I can learn. I learn to learn. I learn to do well. I can learn. Hey, and that's what I do. I learned that I could learn. I can continue to learn. You can you can continue to learn, And so I thought about, hey, I don't even want to think about that. To go back to school, I was there. I did some studying, a major study in real estate, and I did that, and I did some studying, and I got into to the state board, and I was 1 point away, and that was discouraging, and I didn't get my license. So hey, I don't feel like all that studying no more. That's some heavy studying. You got to study and know about this and know about that. And I don't even know if I want to know anymore. I don't even know if I want to know anymore. Because that's all that learning and stuff. I learned enough. Now I think I can speak to someone. I really hope so. I'm in hopes of. I'm in hopes of getting 1 million subscribers one day. And so, and another thing, I pride myself on getting 1 million. That'll be a blessing. That'll be a blessing. But right now, I'm not doing too bad. I'm almost reaching about 3,600. And so I came here 2 years ago, and I'm glad about it. I'm glad because I came because life brought me here. Life brought me here. I was going through a situation where I had lost a family member, someone I deeply loved, my only daughter, and I lost her. And that's how I got her 2 kids, my grandson, and my granddaughter. They are 16 and 18, and I have them in my life. And so I'm glad to have them in my life. She passed on. It's going on 6 years, and so I take care of them, and God left them with me. I guess that I was next in line for the job, and I taken it, and I love it. I love it. I wouldn't give it up for the world until they're grown, until one day they walk out the door and they own their own. But in the meantime, they're with me, and that's what I'm in hopes of. I hope I get 1 million subscribers. But trust and believe that is a long way off. And in the meantime, I'm gonna have some fun though. I'm gonna have me some fun. You know what? I'm not. My focus is not how deep I can get 1 million subscribers. It's what I can do in the meantime in getting there. You know, could I help somebody along the way? Can I tell somebody something that will enhance their lives? A smile, a wave, a hello, a how I said it. This is meaningful. Okay, now let's see what's saying. Well, thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you for your empathy and your condolence. Thank you for that. You know, some things happen to the best of us. Yeah, keep living this life. In this life, there are situations that you're gonna have. Someone you lose that you love, a auntie, even you know what? I haven't even brought that to my audience. I lost my former spouse. I mean, we was not together. We had settled our issues, but he too has gone on. And then I lost my nephew, my niece's husband. People you love, and this was doing. Oh, they they weren't part of the pandemic, but they were there with other situations, and they passed on. My daughter didn't pass from the pandemic. Uh, uh, she had lymphoma, and and in this life, God don't keep you here in various circumstances. Sometimes it is better to go home. Not that we want to, but because of the circumstance present itself that you have to go. And it will be better than see your loved ones continue to suffer. And so God does a better job than what we can think and imagine that Lord leave them here. No, not in that kind of position, not in that kind of way. He takes them on, and it's better. So I had to release, I had to let go, and I don't even know if I the let go uh, totally, but I know that something I love, something I cared about. She went on, and so her kids think about her all the time. So this is what. And so we live life, we go on, we move forward, we make our lives better. We love on one another, we share and we care for one another, and this is what life allow you to do. Learn to love the ones who are left with you. You know, speak to them. Even like we were talking earlier about speaking. We speak to one another in the household. My grandson, my granddaughter come up on me and they walk by me every time they. Are you okay? What's going on with you? What you doing? How you feeling? Do you not know feelings can change from moment to moment? So it's just good to ask somebody, how you doing? Hello. I see you doing this, and I see you enjoying doing that. So it's good to continue to check on one another. How you feeling? Because I was on earlier on the platform, and I tell you what, I think I talked about an hour, and I got sleepy, and I told them, I said, y'all, I'm sleeping down there. I'm sleepy. I gotta go. That's when I told him earlier. I'll work this thing. I'll work this magic. I'll make it happen, and I'll talk. But when it's time for me to rest, I'm gonna go and rest. You know, and I enjoy being here. I enjoy being coming because that's what my doctor seen where. What had she my doctor knew what had taken place in my life, and she was saying she wanted me to go see someone, she wanted me to go talk to someone and express myself and get my feelings out, how I'm feeling about depression, or how I'm feeling about what I was going through. And I told her, I said, wait a minute, let me do this here, let me do this here. And I thought about the tube, I thought about the media. I said, well, let me talk to a larger audience on how I feel and what I'm going through. Because there's others out here going through that. You may not have experienced that, and that's a good thing. Okay, that's a good thing. But life will happen. There's birth and then there's death. There's life in this thing. And so, she was here and I enjoyed her company. Look, that was my only one and only, and we laughed and we had a good time in life. Yes, we laughed and we shared, and I make sure she was safe, whatever she was doing. You steady talking to the young people. Look, do this and do that and that and then. And some of the young folk gonna do what they want. You know what I'm saying? So you still encourage them. Slow it down. So this is what mommies do. Okay. So I'm glad that you all came. Some was flipping through the tube. Um, it came across me and stopped and listened, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm glad you stopped in just to say hello. I'm glad you did that. Because the thing about it is, I too stroll on my moments, the time that I have to myself. I'll find out what's up out there, and I'll start enjoying, and I'll start watching. And another thing, I was even watching myself, and I forgot to thumb my own self up. And I had to laugh at me because I'm saying, that was good. I enjoyed that. And I go out there and I watch others out there and I get to enjoying them and I forget to thumb them up. And so I said, oh, well, I don't forgot. Forgive me. Let me move on. But then if they remind me, and when I get that reminder, look, like, share, comment, turn your notification on. You'll know when I'm on, and you'll know when to tune in. And that's a good thing. It's just a reminder. No one is making no one do it. It's a reminder. And I've watched a many of them out there, and I forgot. I said, "Oh my goodness, I forgot to thumb them up." And sometime I went back and thumb them up because I knew I had forgotten. But it's all good. If you forget, you forget. You move on. You learn. You live and learn. You do. And I forgot to even thumb up myself. That's a joke. That's a real good. That's a good one now. So you do that. And those who like to come often and see and listen in on what's happening, what's going on. I mean, that's cool. That's real cool. Okay. And so, because I speak on life issues. I can speak to life issues because I've had enough experience. But experiences are tailor made to specific people, and some things that has not taken place with you are taking place with other people, and so you can only empathize, sympathize, send condolence, send your sorrow. This is all good, and this is what you're supposed to do. This is good. This is good. It's good to do that. And so I'm not licensed in no area, of profession. If you get a cut, clean it out, put a band-aid on it. If you cut yourself, clean if it warrants that. You might if it's worse than that, you may have to go to the emergency room. You know what I'm saying? So I can speak to just basic life issues of life and what I've been guided through by the grace and the mercy of God Himself through the things that I have encountered. Sure, I'm a born again Christian. Yes, I've accepted Christ as my Lord and Savior. People want to know who you is. I want to know what you're about. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that. I mean, when I was young, I accepted Christ. Young, because in life you're gonna have some difficulties, and your patience. You don't even realize you got any patience because situations can be bigger than what you ever seen before in your life. But with Christ, he can minimize all that and let you know it's gonna be all right. Just hold on, hold tight. It can be all right. You can make it through. Some things are some hard situations, Yes, yes. Sometimes you got to cry through some of them, and sometimes you already know that you're gonna hold on to the loved ones and families and friends, and but don't be holding on to somebody who's gonna act indifferent with you now. Come on now. But you can learn some stuff. You're gonna learn and then that, like someone say, I don't know this and I don't know that. You can learn to learn. You can learn something. You can learn from others. So I'm here to just open up what you want to discuss. I don't need to know everything. Just a tad bit to get me through. You can I can work with whatever you talking about. Point you in a direction. You know, to the professions. You got the professions out there, the professionals, the professionals. You got them out there. You need that type of service is available to you. But if you need a basic conversation from friend to friend, or from someone that you trust and know that trust them to tell you the truth about a situation, take it to the Lord. You can also take it to God and pray. You can pray about your situation. Pray about your situation. That's why you got mom and dad too, because they got a little bit more experience. You got older aunties and cousins, a little bit more experience. They can guide and lead you. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Now, another thing, when I said that, oh, you back, huh? You went somewhere? Okay, well, I'm glad you're back. All right, hi. Come on back here. Come on in here into the room. We're just talking. We're just talking. And so, let's see what I was saying here. That situations, some situations is greater than others. What you're experiencing, I may not be experiencing it, or what I'm experiencing, you may not. But we can sit and we can talk about it and discuss, because you know what, I'm talking to people who don't want to discuss some things openly in on the media. But I believe that but through some things I learned, I can come on out here and I can discuss some things. You don't need to know all and all about it, but just to say, uh, I went through it, I got through it, and guess what? You can too. hmm Sometimes people got to see that the ones who have had the problem, that they got through the problem. I done came through some problems, came through some situations, came through some circumstances. I made it through with the grace of God. Well, how did you do that? Well, I learned patience. Your words say about patience. And I smiled a little along the way. You can smile. You can smile along the way. Everybody don't have to know what you're going through. You're gonna get through it. You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it through. Sometimes it's difficult, it's hard, but you don't know. You don't know what I done went through. It's hard. Yes, it is. But when you come forth, you're gonna be just that much the stronger, that much the better. Now let's see here. That is so nice of you all. If you're watching, guys, um, a stream, please support this lady. That's wonderful to know. Support me. That's right. Like somebody say about getting 1 million subscribers. That's a goal. That's a plan. Getting 1 million subscribers. Do you know what great effort that is? That's a wonder, and it can happen. I believe that. I believe it can happen. That's why I'm here. It's for challenges. I've had some. If getting 1 million views and I had worked 22 years by then, I would have had 1 million views. When you think, hmm yeah. So I'm up for the challenge. I'm here, and that's a goal. You know, right now I don't mind saying where I'm at. I'm at like almost 3,600. I mean, let's try to make it 5,000. 5K. How about that one? Let's make it 5K. We can do this. This thing is durable. And you guess what? A million subscribers are doable because there are those who have done it. Yeah. They're not in. It can be done. But you know what? But look, will it happen for me? That's the question. Is possible? Is there those who have done it? Possible. I'm 71. This ain't no sympathy thing. It's what I bring to the tube. I'm there to encourage, to bring inspiration, motivation. We need. Hey, look. And when I speak on you all need that, I need the same thing. See, we're all human. We're all human, and this is what we need. We're going through something. You know, we're all going through something. I may not need to know the Pacific what you're going through. You may not need to know the Pacific what I'm going through. Well, we're all going through. We all got goals. And if you don't get your goal, get your plan. There's people trying to finish their college. I met someone who had gotten their degree, and I was coming out of my office, and I was minding my own business, and they walked up to me so graciously, and they told me that they had just gotten their degree. I can't remember what it was in, but they had gotten their degree, and they was excited, and they had finished up 4 years of college, and and that was amazing. I seen it from the stuff. Now, I went to business college for a couple of years. I went to business college, and so but they went to a accredited. Well, my business, the business college was accredited. It was accredited, and they to go 4 years straight. Look at all the years you went through your secondary schools. That carried its own self weight right there. So I'm not going to just discredit myself. She was going to school is something else. I went to real estate school, and I'm steady going to school. I said, I'm tired of this. Mine got enough schooling. It's time for me to do something different. So I was called here to the platform. Who called me? The Lord called me. He said, go on out there. You go on out there. You can do it. It can be done. There are those who are out there who got that experience, 1 million subscribers, and you look at them, and hey, I know I can do it too. And some things don't happen overnight. When I worked all them years, it was a day by day, hour by hour, minute by moment. It can happen. And I just want to remind you to comment. You can comment. I like that lady. I don't think I like that lady. That lady too old. She don't even need to be out there. Well, I tell you what, I'm out here because nobody else will come. How about that one? No one else wanted to come. So I said, you know what, Lord, send me. I'll go. And I'm out here now. I'm out here. And I found myself wanting to be out here now. It ain't all bad. I had to learn some stuff. And I'm still learning. This thing is a learning. If you ever want to continue your education or continue learning, hook up with the media. This thing is everlasting. It's from everlasting to everlasting. You can continue and constantly learn some new things. And I'm learning these new things. And I'm excited about learning new things. And when I've got enough learning, I'll stop and I'll relax and I'll rest and I'll think on it and I'll come back again. And I'm saying, okay, this is good for me. I learned something new. And I'm learning stuff new. And somebody want to remind me, lady, do you know that's AI? Yes, I know it. And I love it. I like what I'm doing. I like it, AI. And I'm saying, well, did they pose that question to the others? Because I see them with AI and I say, well, they looking good. They'll say they shining pretty tough. So I want to shine too. And I kind of like it. I kind of like it. They want you to be natural. They want to see you, the person of who you are, in the first person. They want to see you in first person. Well, I'm first person here. Yes. But, and not every now and then. It's like mostly all the time. I love AI. I love it because I put in what I suggested, and this is and it come forth the way I thought it would, and then my vibe check it out, and hey, it's good to go. And I'm learning. Hey, I wouldn't have not known this. Let's see here. You did. So I you sure did. Why you do that? Remember me? I changed my picture in my name. Why you do that? Why you change your picture? Because I can do it too. I know. I was just thinking about getting another channel. But I'm also thinking about, is that too much for me? I don't want too much of a change. You know what I mean? Because change is good now. I don't have a lot of changes now. Yeah. Taylor, yes, I've had a lot of changes. And so and change is good, but I don't want to move too quick on changes. I don't want, because I don't want to lose myself. I want to recognize my, and it's good. You was faceless. You was faceless with a orange and white, S, big S, and now you done changed it. But that's very small for me to see. I need to actually write that down so I can really take a look at it. I'll really take a look at it very closely. And I like changes, but uh, if I get to bounce around to make a change, I better know what I'm planning. My intent is, what my plan is to do next. Yeah, you can change. Yeah, that's real cool. I like it. Yes, I do. Remember? And yeah, you did a switcheroo on me, huh? Well, you cool like that, huh? You cool like that. You can do that, huh? That got to be your second page. Is that your second page or something? You people, y'all just too smart for me, shoes. Y'all smart. I'm learning though. I'm keeping up. Even the young folks, they ain't trying to get out here and do all this kind of stuff. All this is work. You talking about work? All this is work. All this switching up and remembering this and shoe shining and shining and all this. Y'all go ahead on. I'm right there on your trail. But I was just into who is that? You ask questions too, and I was asking her some questions about some things and um, about my second page and do I want to do that? Look at here. I don't even know if I want to do that because that's a lot. If I have to change, I'll change. But if I don't have to change, I won't change. I'll just work it just as it is. Yeah, I know about that second page. You know what? Actually, they tell you can get up to 14 pages on the real. I don't think I want to do all that mastering and all that kind of stuff. That's how you can get to 1 million, maybe even 1 billion. How about that? With 14 different pages, you can done get to 1 billion. I don't know if I want all that. All that's fine in this place. How about that one? But at the same time, you leaving one, because I had when I first got in here, I had another page, and I didn't like the way the setup was, and I didn't like what was happening and going on. I X'd it out because once you trash that page, I mean it's gone. It's gone forever. They may have it in archives somewhere, but they ain't gonna let you have it back. That's what they're saying to you. We're not gonna give it back to you. You dished it. You tossed it around. You tossed it. Well, well, it's for them to it's theirs now. It's fine with me because I didn't want that page no more. And so I said, well, I want another one. So I don't know if I want to take on another page. It depends on my vibration. How about that one? That with all this in the knowing and stuff like that. I like your page. It's real good. But I'm gonna get a close up. I'm gonna go there. I written down your and I'm gonna look you up. I want to see it clearly. And so I was just into that. I was just the other day. I was looking into faceless page. They say, hey, you want faceless? You're into something. You got real action going on. You can make it from there and all this kind of stuff. I said, well, I don't know. I thought I could make it from where I was at this angle, but then you know what? Now give me a chance because I'm in for doing new things now. Yeah, I'm in for it. You know what I'm saying? And so, I like digital art, and I'm a that in that area of artistic type of digital work, and I like that so well. That's my outlet. That's my pet peeve. That's what I do, and so I'm just waiting for that moment to get to go ahead. I have to wait till I get to go ahead from the one that started all of this with me. And so I just don't jump. I get to go ahead, and then it makes me wonder, do I have to work both pages? Okay, I got that page and then I got that page. I You know what? I'm just gonna tell you, I can't master no 14 pages. 14. No, I'm not gonna do it. I ain't gonna. I mean, one or two. I ain't trying to do three. Okay, but being creative is what it's all about. Because I like creation. And I thought about it. Let me tell you what I thought about. I say, because I'm an artist, and something came to me. I said, you know what? I'm an artist, and an artist can't mess up because an artist can straighten up and fix up whatever they mess up. That's a skill that they have. So I got that kind of skill, and I'm proud of it. And so I don't know. My artistry don't call for me to have 15 or 14, 15 pages, platform. Oh, I don't need all that. I just need one or two, and I can take it from there. I can live with that. I can live with that. I can live. I don't need all of that. Come on now. Does it really take all of that? You got to think about it. Does it really take all of that? To get where you're going? Just hold tight. It's going to happen. Hold tight. It'll happen. And so that's cool. Yeah, I see your page. Yeah. You got two of them, huh? Uh-huh. But they both under the same. You're faceless. And and there you got the picture. I'm gonna check it out. Because I was just asking AI about some things about my second page. And I'm still yet to get to go ahead to do it. And it might be a good thing to wait for the fall of the year. It's this heat. Even though you're not in the actual heat, it warms the house, it falls, it settles on the house, and you feel the effect, the vibration of the heat, And so that's what I was doing a second ago. I was at 2:30, I woke up, and I was pretty warm. I was pretty hot. So I jumped in the shower. I don't know if my temperature rose or whatever, but I didn't check my temperature. I just knew my body was warm. I was pretty hot. And so I got in the tub, I jumped in the tub, and cooled myself off. And I said, well, okay, that feels better now. That feels great. I don't need to, I'm glad that I woke up about 2:30. Sometime mostly I work, for sure I wake up at about 3. But here, I woke up about 2:30. And it's all good because what's going to happen is I'm going to get over here and I'm going to stretch out and I'm going to get me some more Z's and I'm going to do some things. I'm going to check out some stuff, some pages. But that's cool. That's real cool. Having that second page is real cool. So you got two so you got 2 pages, huh? Okay. All right. So that's a lot. That's definitely a lot. And I'm 71 and I'm trying to master that. Come on now, y'all. I have to be the director trying to master all these pages. That's good enough for me to do one. But it's a blessing to get the number of subscribers and not on that whole forth those subscribers. So I really want to remind you all to like, comment, share, and really I really want some comments because I want to know what you're thinking. Mm-hmm. I really want to know what you're thinking. That tells me a lot about who you are. I know who you are by the way you think. What you're thinking, what you're feeling, how you feel, what you feel. What's going on in your life? What's going on in your world? My world is good right now. I mean, I'm coming through. I'm making it through. Trying to get through this summer like everybody else. It's hot as hell. Stay out the heat. Drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Drink you a lot of water. Stay hydrated out this heat. And so, I'm hearing some stuff about what's going on upstate. It's real hot up there, and traveling is, that's why a lot of people enjoy and appreciate traveling in the fall of the year, around about September, the end of September, the tone of the weather is that kind of season that you want to travel, so watch your season and listen to your weather, travel by your weather, how the weather is doing, A lot of people say, Houston is hot, but Dallas is even hotter. I don't even want to go to Dallas. And I can't even breathe down in Dallas. 102, so I hit that atmosphere. Oh, I got problems. That's just me. I've experienced that. So I know. And I know how hot it get, And the kids, my young adult and my teen, they out there, in the heat. They go right there out in front. They got the park right near, and they go out there. And I said, well, how hot it is, because I ain't getting out there in that heat. After all them years that I worked and I was in the cool air and stuff like that, there, I'm calling back home. I'm finding out, well, hey, what y'all doing? How y'all doing? See, what's the after heat? You got air conditioning. That's what I'm providing you with. Air. Stay in it. Stay in the air. Stay in the air. Get out the heat. And so that's what I do. I avoid the heat at all costs, at all possibility. I don't like the heat when it get too hot. So I stay out the heat myself. But I will get out there and let the sun hit me, because I do need to let some of that sun hit me and everything like that. Sunshine. Beautiful. It's beautiful out there right now. But some of it is just too hot. So now I've been here for almost going on an hour and 15 minutes. And I just came to just say hello to you all and just sit around and just talk and yeah. Y'all putting some stuff on my mind. Y'all really putting some stuff on my mind. 1 million, I never thought about that on the real. Getting 1 million subscribers. How can that be possible? Somebody got to make the algorithm. The algorithm is going to have to make that possible, as well as I get out here and perform each and every time. They're going to make that possible. The impossible, the impossible can come possible. Okay. So if I do my part and the algorithm do their part, we can make part of this go on and make it happen. So that's what it is. So hey, if I was if I had met this algorithm 20 years ago, the length of time that I worked, 22, I probably would have had 1 million subscribers by now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm encouraged. I'm encouraged. I am encouraged. I am just encouraged, just right where I am. I believe I am. I can do it. Because I've checked it out. How many in quote? Let's see. How would you say it? How many 71-year-old content creators are out there? I've listened to some wonderful people out there who are up there in rank of age, and they're out here and there because they learned some stuff through their profession, and they are out here. And I met a gentleman and a couple of them who's up there, and they're out here and they're sharing and they're doing some things, and I'm saying, well, I just had no idea. And so I got on out here myself, and I'm learning some things, and I can do a lot of things, and I'm just what's your niche? I said, well, I can do several things. I mean, I'm skillful and talented in different areas. And so I display through my page. And that's what I represent through my page, the various gifts that I have. I'm not catering to one thing because I'm not licensed. And it's not necessarily that you have to be licensed in an area to do performance, because the half of the story has not even been told. You don't see, I had picture of me baking, but in real life, I can actually do a lot of cooking. I don't have to do all that performing no more like I used to, and sewing and I like to just draw. I do like to draw because my grandson and granddaughters, they're little artists themselves, and my grandson, he draws to perfection. I mean, I want to draw, but I don't have to be excelente. I don't have to be excellent, but I have to have a good performance of artwork to show off. But he don't want me to touch any of his art. I said, well, look, you don't want to get out there. Let me just put it out there for you. No, grandmother. So he's private with that thing. So I say, hands off. I take my hands off his drawing. But I noticed when he was started drawing, that he would, ball up stuff, ball up his papers and throw them, around in this room. And I'm coming in when he was a kiddie pool. He 18 now. And he would throw his artwork around in the room, and I'm picking up this paper. And one day I open up and I seen this beautiful picture. I said, what is he doing throwing this away? And I noticed his artwork, and I start picking it up, and I start, smoothing out the papers and stuff. And I start keeping it. And he got a book this tall now. He got a book this tall of artwork that he have done over the years. When he was, I think, starting about, I don't know, 7 to 9 years old. And now he's 18. He got a big old book of drawings that he did, and he can draw to perfection. He set his mind to it. He got it. All because I kept his artwork. He was throwing it away. He would draw it and just throw it away. I said, what is this? Why are you doing this? I said, and I began to tell him, I said, well, what you need to do, you need to write your date, put your name on it, put the date on it, the date that you drew it, and put your name. And he began to do that. And he began to take a little pride in his artwork. And it's excellent, beautiful. You know what? I can't show it to you. It's not mine to show off. I can't show you his artwork. I can only show you yours, mine. And I wanted to draw his drum set. I wanted to draw it because that's what I do. The guitar that he had, I drew that, and his keyboard, I drew that. I like to do those things. And he taken down his drum set, so now I got to put it back up in order to draw it. And I don't even want to do that. That's a job. That's the effort. That's effort right there. I can look at a picture and draw a picture, but I wanted to see it in the physical. He got a drum set that he taking down. He taking it down. So I got to put it back up if I want to draw it. And I like the color of it. It's blue and it's beautiful. So my granddaughter has the violin. I drew her violin and I put it on a shirt, and I told AI to do some things with it, and it did. It did it for me, and it made a purse. I really want to make that purse. I can do that. I want to get me a machine, and I want to actually and see, with that kind of thing in mind, that would be what you call it, exclusive. That's a exclusive type of purse that I don't know. It's not all about selling it on the market, but it's something that I want in my possession that you can actually. Because I'm in that. I had that background of I had a couple of not a couple. I had one commercial sewing machine, and those commercial sewing machines, it works with leather pretty good. It will work with leather and material, and so I've had that type of experience because my spouse was in upholstery. And so I picked up some of that kind of art too, and doing all that kind of type of work. But I don't have to do that work. It's just that I know how it goes. And so I would like to do that purse though of the violin, and AI did it, and I thought it was so unique. And so I like to just get some leather, some pink leather, and it's strategic, but it can be done. It truly can be done. So my granddaughter likes to do the eyes. She draw eyes, your eyes, the artwork of your eyes, and the eyebrow. She likes to draw that. That's what. And I heard her singing the other day. I said, "Whoa, listen to her. She wants to try to sing." And I messed with her just yesterday. I messed with her. I said, "Look, I want you to write me a song, and I'm gonna sing it." She was so proud. She was just laughing and chuckling, and she just didn't believe that I wanted her to. I told her, I said, "I want you to write me a song." I said, "If you write that song, I'll sing it." And I don't even sing, but I promise you, when you promise them kids something, you promise your pride and joy, your grandbaby. Look, you write me a song, I'll sing it. I'll sing it. Not that I can sing, but I'll tell you what. Nothing beat a failure but to try, and I will try. I've tried many other things to do to do to do a page, to do what is it, a site. I brought up my own website. I had to take that from scratch and learn that thing. Yeah. So if I can do that, I can do that. If I learn to do that, I can do that. And so on my page is some very unique stuff. I like some of the stuff that I have on that page. I said that storefront of purses. I would like to get my machine and draw and do those purses. I mean, I got skills. I got some skills. I can do it. And so, but all that stuff is teaching. Trust and believe that. You don't just jump into that like talking about it's about a plan thing. And I learned to plan some stuff. And so it's time consuming, and I love time. I love time consuming projects. It relaxes you, get you focused into something. And so my audience out there, they want to lean into being focused on something, get your project started, get you one. Sometimes life will get you so busy. Sometimes you can't do stuff until you do retire. That's weird. That's weird. Some things in life you can't do unless you laser focus. Unless this is meant. This is you. It's meant for you. This is you. This is what you do. You can do it. So I kind of lean into artwork, and so I can draw. I can draw anything I put my mind to. I wanted to go into some other areas, but I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait because it's a focus, it's comfortability of knowing what you want to do and do it. It's really relaxing. I mean, it takes your mind away from your troubles and your problems and get you in the zone. You be in the zone, you won't even hear the telephone. You won't even hear somebody knock on the door because you're doing what you want to do. Sometimes you want to get away from it all. And this is what happens when you in the zone. You want to do some things you want to do. Like you, Taylor, sprung this on you. Say, yeah, all right. Do you see that? Yeah, I see it. I see it. I see your second page. I'm going there. I'm gonna find out what you got on your page because I'm gonna be nosy. I'm gonna be nosy and find out what you got on your page. What do you do besides being a moderator? All right. Mm-hmm. You got some skills going on. If you can do that there, you're doing other things too. That's great. That's good. Because that's what my intent is. I like to do things. I like to do things and and my grandson said, "Well, did you know that I was drawing?" And he said, "Did you know you're supposed to?" I said, "No, I didn't know that. A lot of stuff I don't know. I don't even know. You look, I'm in this phase of learning. I'm like a little kid. I want to learn everything. It's not that I want to know everything, but I want to learn much as I can learn. I want to know, really? Can I really learn that? Can I really do that? And I'll do it. I actually will do it. And uh, that's what I'm proud of myself for, is that I will do what what I see and what's supposed to be that I should be doing. I will do it. I actually will do it. And so I want to, and it's really crazy. This is some really weird stuff. I really want to start sewing, but I'm starting from scratch. But somebody say, well, why you want to do that? You got your page. I really do. I got my page here. Is a presentation that I want to present. I want to show you some stuff, And then somebody said, you don't have to do all that. And then again, I don't. But if I don't do some things, then I'm bored. I'm bored. I can't read forever. I can read stories, and I like good stories. I'm not going to tell you all about it because it's pertaining to someone else. I don't want to talk on nobody else's business, but I watched a good story, and I had to stop and think, did I thumb it up? Because I'll be watching, I get into the stories or into people's lives or whatever they're doing, and I forget to thumb them up. I forget. I have to tell the truth. And if the truth be told, they too forget. They too forget. They be out there looking and going on, and they forget. They just say, "Well, what the heck?" You know what I'm saying? And so I want to remind you again to like and like me. Me up. Comment. I want to know some of your comments. What do you think about it? Um, what do you want to talk about? What are you thinking about? How are you feeling? What you're feeling? Your feelings are valid. How are you feeling? What you're feeling when you come here? How do I make you feel? Do I make you feel warm? Do I make you feel welcome? That's my intent. My purpose is when you come here, I hope I can say something that is encouraging you to want to visit again. That you feel you like my aesthetic. You like my vibe. You like being around. There's some people I just love being around, and it's true. Like you may appreciate and love being around me, but and I get to know you. I would enjoy being around you too. But then there's some people I just, I want to know what they're doing. They're exciting people. I want to, I feel that I'm just that exciting too, because it's when you bring what you bring. People love that when you bring something. I said, well, I ain't got that much to offer, but whatever I got, I can do it. That's why I'm out here. I was hoping that, and I'm serious. I was hoping that these grandkids, I was hoping that these other people, y'all come on out here. I'm 71. Well, you know what? When I think about what would I be doing, I ain't gonna be baking. You know what? I ain't gonna say it like that because my granddaughter was baking just the other day. So I done turned over a little cooking to her. She baked some muffins and uh, and they lasted. I think they're all gone today, but they last for a couple of days. She did, and then found out, see what it was. Now these muffins that she put sprinkles on them, and what she did actually, she cooked the sprinkles into the dough, the cake mix, and then she poured it into the paper cup that holds the muffin real well, and it baked these sprinkles baked into the muffin, the cake muffin. And so then she discovered, because I didn't have any ice, and we had used the ice in the couple of days before for the cake. And she did these wonderful muffins. And I said, well, let me taste one. And I taste one, and it was good. And the older that they got, sitting the next day, they was even better. And and there was no icing on them. They were just plain and simple. And every now and then, like your pound cakes, they are just plain. Or your angel cakes. The angel cake is like once you press it down, it'll spring back up. That's an angel food cake. Now, your pound cake, you can put a clear type of icing over it, and let it just run. Or you can just do your pound cake, just a good bake. And that's where I like just a plain, simple cake. I want a cake bread. And a pound cake could give you that. That's what a pound cake could do for you. And so she did these muffins, and there was no icing or nothing. Then the third day, she put jelly. She put strawberry jelly on top, and that was, what? I can't say them kind of words. You can't say that kind of stuff. It was so good. You say, oh, that's not. They say people, that's not. But you can't say that. It was really good. It was really good. It was really. It brought the taste out. It brought. I don't know. It brought it. Like they say, bring it. She brought it. She put that jelly on that muffin, and it was delicious. And right now, I'm not really drinking any coffee, so a little milk and chocolate milk and a muffin. It was just right. It was right on time. Mhm. They're all gone now. And when she did it, it was like nobody didn't like nobody. I wanted to taste at least one, to be encouraging, inviting. And then 2 days rolled around. I ate two the second day, and then this is the third day. They're gone. Everybody got a muffin and some jelly and put on it. It was good. Strawberry jelly. Oh Lord, and you know what? Now, if I want to take it there, I'll take it there. Let me bring back some memories, baby. Baby, don't speak about grandmama and them when they made that jelly cakes, baby. Oh Lord, those was the days. Those was some good old days, baby. Hey, look, if you never tried it, try it if you like. Make you a good old jelly cake. A pineapple, get some jelly pineapple. It's just like jelly, like your strawberry jelly, your grape jelly. Grape jelly is sort of like jiggly, like jello. That's your grape jelly there. But your strawberry jelly, it's got strawberries in it. Your smucker. Well, look, I ain't gonna plug nobody in because they ain't send me no jelly. But anyway, uh, try your what is that? Just your regular pineapple jelly, and over some just baked bread. Your muffins, or you doing you're doing a cake. Instead of putting ice and put jelly over it. And you talking about a little sweet thing. You have a little sweet thing going on, child. That's way back in the day. Now somebody who knows about that, but if you like try that real good, that's real good. That's a good cake. That's a good little cake. Sweet bread. That's what we call it. Call it a sweet bread. It is delicious. With I did the second day with some chocolate milk, and then the third day it was just a jelly and the cupcake. It was really cool. It was real good because we just now beginning to start back baking, some sweet cakes and sweet bread, and don't get me started on a sweet potato pie. I haven't, you do that around your holidays, but hey, you can start it up sort of. But I had, what I think it was some months back that I had made a sweet potato pie, and I actually did it with biscuit. I didn't have the actual uh, dough for. I could have made it from scratch. Look, I could have made it from scratch, but I didn't want to do all that. So I had biscuits in the fridge, and I taken the biscuits and I could have really like rolled it all up and then got the roller and spread it out, but I didn't do it like that. I began to just take each biscuit and I began to pat it in the pan, pat it. Look, I'm everyday people. And so I began to take that biscuit and I mash it in the pan and everything, and I had, and it came together, with that fork, and then on the edge of the pan, you know, you mash it down and around, and then I had all my excuse me, all my mixture of sweet potato. You boil your sweet potato. You can use canned sweet potato. The shorter. Sometimes people don't have time to get all fancy and get that homemade taste hands on. You just take a can of sweet potatoes, maybe two cans, maybe one can, and you put your mash it up real good. Get the blender. You get the mixing bowl and mix it up in the mixing bowl with the blender, and it's gonna do the work itself. Or you want to do back in the day, mashing each potato. However you want to do it, take your choice. But the blender is quicker. And so then you can put in your nutmeg and your cinnamon and lemon, a little touch of lemon juice, a couple of eggs, put in there, and put some oil in there. So batter it up, so mix it all up. And that lemon juice is what's up. It'll give it a taste. It'll give it a taste. But people fix, and I found that out. People fix their sweet potato pie. But you know what? I buy my girl sweet potato pies for the holiday. This ain't a plug in, but this is what I do. Patty, yeah, I get that sweet potato pie for the holidays, Thanksgiving, sometime Christmas, even the New Year. Get Patty. Sweet potato pie. I don't have to do that. See, I don't have to. Then I don't have to go in the kitchen and cook. You buy from your store where you shop at. You know where you shop at. Hey, the Big W, Walmart. I ain't trying to plug it, man. I'm just letting you know. When you shop, that's what you do. You shop, you get this stuff, and you just buy your pie already made up. A couple of pies, slice them. You don't have to do all this working so hard. It's enough trying to put that big old turkey in the oven. I definitely like me a duck. Them ducks are rich. I love them. I think if not this year, last year I ate the whole. I ain't saying that I did it in one setting, but over the course of that several days, no one wanted to eat the duck but me, and I ate the duck. Yeah, 'cause these people got different taste buds than me. They want the turkey, I want the duck. So that's what I did. I eat the duck. They eat the turkey. But the sweet potato pies, and then like I did this buying everything one year, and I don't think I'm gonna try that one again because it wasn't all what I thought it would have been. It wasn't all what I thought it was. I bought the. I'm moving from subject to subject now. We traveling. We on an adventure here. We talking about things. We moving from saying hi and hello to sentimental things on to now cooking and from artwork to cooking. We moving right along, baby. This is the life. This is what happens when you're on the tube. You just don't just laser focus on one thing. It's several different things to be talked about because people are doing different things in their life. They uh, 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 college students or some school, some going to school and I'm talking about pies now. I'm talking about ducks and stuff because you know I, I'll eat what I enjoy eating throughout the year. I don't tailor to just doing this just on Pacific during that time of the year. If uh, I'm talking, see stuff that I be talking about, I'm done off into done and getting it. Ducks are pretty rich. They're pretty good. I enjoy eating. That's the kind of um, turkeys. I like turkey. Especially the breast of a turkey. You can take that and make a salad out of it. After that day is gone, that holiday is gone. It's on with the different salads and mixtures and combinations of stuff. But that's what I'm doing. I'm moving right along with the conversation. It's just not one laser focus of one thing. We're just talking about a host of things. Host of things that this is what throughout your day when you go to work. We talked about work. Look, when you go to work, you working, you doing you, and then you take your lunch break, you off. Shoot, you go get you something fantastic, especially if you got an hour. Now people who got 30 minutes to do what they got to do, you got to go grab a burger. I don't even know if your food digests in 30 minutes. That's a lot. That's what you have to do. But uh, my conversation was that I'm moving right along with whatever we're talking about. I'm just not sticking to one thing because it's just a host of great things that you're doing, that I've done, and I just love it. And so I've always uh, did things that I enjoy and appreciate doing. And talking about sewing, I want to go back and do a little sewing and set up my studio. And that's another thing I was thinking about before I came. I was thinking about I'll be glad when I set up my studio. So, because right here, where somebody say, "Well, see, lady, you got this door here, and this door, yeah, this is it. This is what it is. You got to come up. Many of folks that came up out the basement, uh, uh, and now they millionaires. They started off in the basement. They started off in the basement, baby, and they done came on up. Child, I done started off in this little miniature room. Baby, I'm looking for a studio. I'm looking for me a studio. I'm serious. So when you see my studio, you will get a full range of just variety of stuff that I actually do. What, like they say, hobby wise, my artwork. You will see artwork. You will see probably a couple of garments over here. Things that I enjoy and appreciate doing that I can do, man. Yeah, that and so I don't know. It's just a number of things that I appreciate, enjoy doing. I'm not I don't tailor to one thing. because I got skill sets and talent that takes me across the board. It takes me across the board. It takes me across the board. I don't have to tailor to one thing. I mean, I can cook, I can bake, but that's not just my niche. I'm gifted in a lot of areas, you know. And so I remember back I remember back when I was cooking, girl. I was cooking. Baby, they would stop in baby, my sister, she would stop in every day. What's up? What's going on? Yeah, I done cook. Go get you something. These are memories. And it's still going on today. Hey, I can cook. I still can cook. But I do a number of things. In a run of a day, shoes. I had to cook today. Earlier today when I was on the tube, I was there for a minute and moment in time, at least an hour and a half to two. And after that, I chilled out, fell asleep. I did. I had to go to sleep. And then I got up and I cooked. It's just a host of what people have to do in a run of a day that needs to be told. That story needs to be told out here. And it's some wonderful people. There's some people that can cook. Ooh, wait. There's some folks that can cook. Mm-hmm. Sure can. And there's some people that got that skill set, that artistry. I mean, that can do some artwork and things of that nature. And so I don't just tune myself into one thing because I'm drawing one minute that I appreciate drawing, and then I want to do something different. I don't want to sit there and draw all day. I don't want to sit there and paint all day. There's a number of look, check this out. Like my hair, baby, my hair was gorgeous until I got in here and taken a shower, and my hair just taken on a whole new different look, a whole new different world. I don't know if I can I can recover it, but I'm saying it will mess your hair up. Them showers, that steam get to your hair. That steam get to your hair. You them curls that you had you won't even have them curls. I see why they going with this pixie. I see why they going with this with the Betty Boo those waves. But baby, it tears you up. That steam will make your hair and or you do the what braids because you need that because you get in that shower. It's going to turn your hair. You can put that shower cap if you want to on. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But that steam will get you. Sure what. One while I was braiding my hair you know, and I was doing the little the little dreads of the curls and stuff like that. There, that was cool. That was cool for that. Uh, um, Getting in the shower and having those little curls and stuff. Uh, it was much easier. But when you got your hair where I don't have a perm, but you press and go. You get up on that steam, it's gonna take another look. It's gonna take it for another turn. It's gonna take another turn on you, another look. Mhm. And checked out my afro. My afro was out there. I said, "Oh, I missed that." But I want like I've always kept my hair like a little shorter than usual. And I said, well, I'm getting much more older, mature, and I'm not gonna just. I don't want the real short look. My granddaughter got that the pixie look, and she's just as cute. And because she got that thick hair and everything, and she wants to thin it out, and she want to make it short, cute. She just don't want to be bothered with it. And so she looks very cute. I thought it was really pretty. They don't want to come into the picture. They don't want no part of they don't want to be seen. I said, okay, well, cool. I'm not gonna let you be seen. You don't want to be seen. You don't have to be seen. And so, but I should have rolled mine. I should have rolled my hair. This is what I get for not rolling. From there, I got to figure out another design. And so, but I'm definitely thinking about my studio. I really want my studio. I really want to be you know, right now I can get me a new desk. I don't want to get a new desk. I'm just waiting. Sometimes you have to wait. Hold your horses. Hold that mule. Hold it down. So I'm just waiting until I get my studio. And I want to have all my paintings and artwork and things of that sort. It's been pretty hot. It's been pretty hot where, sometimes you got to take a step back, or take a back seat. However you want to do that. How you want to do that? You want to step back? Or you want to sit back? It doesn't matter. But you have to step back and take an overview of what you know you want to do or could be doing, and or just waiting and just figuring out just what it would be like or gonna be like with a different background, a different room, a different setting, just what it all entails that you want to do. So that's me. And so I'm waiting on my studio that that I want to put all my work in. Right now, I'm put it all up because I did some massive cleaning, and from time to time you have to do that. I'm packed. I am packed. I'm ready. I'm ready to bounce. When they say bounce, I'm ready to bounce. But you know what? I'm having fun doing whatever I'm doing. I'm having fun. I'm packed. I'm ready to say this because hey, one moment in time. Look, I can't get ready. I got to stay ready. I can't do all this in one day. I got. Let's see, the early part of the spring when I did my spring cleaning. I went in there and you know what? I had paperwork from years. They say you can keep your tax papers for 5 years and even longer if you want a couple of more years added to that. But I went there and I cleaned out. I feel lighter. I really do. I mean, I had some paperwork. I threw away from 7 to 10 bags, garbage bags. 7 to 10 garbage bags of paperwork because I shredded it. I didn't want nothing to go in the trash can unshredded, with your name on it, your address, all that information that you have on those paperwork, on those documents, old documents that not usable anymore, you know, warranty deed, just all kinds of stuff. And I had that many bags because when you shred that stuff up, it seemed like it just be more and more of this, of paperwork that you need to stuff into bags. And I had that many bags, from 7 to 10 bags that I threw out I threw like 2 bags a day out that I had a shredder and I shredded. I didn't do the by hand with that black ink, wiping it out. But now I need to get one because the little bitty stuff, just the little bitty paperwork that I can throw away, I need to throw away. I can use that black ink to muck it out. Because I was tearing up paper, I was shredding paper, excuse me, I was shredding paper, I was tearing up paper, and I was putting it in bags to be sent out on a daily, 2 bags a day. And I'm so glad I got that done. I feel so much better because it's like, okay, I cleared my mind. I cleared my heart of years of paperwork, tax work, you know, that kind of thing. It had exceeded the limit of time that I kept it. So I threw all of that away. But there's things that I probably still need to get rid of. Still need to get rid of. Uh, but it's not a lot of paperwork. It's other stuff that I might need to release and let go. I'm still cleaning up. My bedroom is lighter and cleaner. All I can do is move back the pillars and throw up the bedspread, and it lands on the bed. It lands on the bed and it's straightened out, and throw the pillows back on, and bed is made. But I'm beginning to sleep, unless without, you got this You got the water by the bed. You got the this, and you got the a Kleenex on the table on your bed, and you got all this stuff here. You got to clean all that stuff up, and I did. I got that stuff cleaned up. I got a lighter. It's lighter. I can see myself getting that million subscribers. I can see myself doing that. You know, I need my studio. I need to get my studio, and I'll be able to conquer some of the things I want to do. I don't have no to do list. I don't have no to do list. It's just some stuff I want to do because I'm a creator. I can create different things and make it work. Uh-huh. Yep. And so I'm up to 2 hours now. What I'm gonna do, it should be on the real. I got up at 2:30. 30 minutes, I looked at the time. That was 3 o'clock. And so now on the real, it should be actually 4 o'clock. Mhm. 4 o'clock. Uh-huh. It should be actually, I don't have the time. My my ecosystem is on a little, it's playing something else different. Uh, it only showing me the length of time I've been here. So I'm calculating from the time that I got up 2:30 up into now 2:30, 2:33, 4. It should be about 4:40, something like that. Yeah, should be about 4:40. I can't look at it. I need me another phone. I'm always in need of something. I'm in need of doing something different. I'm in need of something I need. I'm in need of the time. Yep, it should be about 4:40, something like that. From 2:30, 30 minutes would be 3, 4. Uh, it should be about 10 minutes to 5. It should be about something like that. And I'm not even looking at the time. I'm just calculating and guessing. It should be actually 10 to 5. Now on the weekend, my clock don't go off on my phone. Only during the weekday. Only during the weekday. Well, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get me some more sleep. I'm gonna cap me some more Z's. Then I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna fix some breakfast. And I'm gonna jump on the superhighway. I'm gonna order something. Then I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna jump on the page. I'm gonna check it out. I'm mapping out what I'm gonna be doing, what I'm gonna be doing. And so this is what I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna be doing. But if I had my studio, I'll just sleep in my studio. I'll be right there, every minute, every moment. So anyway, I tell you again to like, comment. I want to understand who's out there, who's listening at me, who enjoy and appreciate coming to the platform, and find out what's on your mind. Maybe a question you want to ask me, and what's your thoughts? You might have an issue with society. Look, you may be saying, you know what? I don't know which way. I don't know which direction these folk going in, but I don't even know if I can go that direction. They pulling me in the opposite way. I don't even know. Right now it's a whole lot of this and a whole lot of that. I don't even want to speak to what's happening. I'm gonna let the ones who are in charge handle up on that. There's a lot. There's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. You know, I'm gonna let the ones who in charge of all of that deal with all that because I'm trying to enjoy myself. I mean, I'm retired and I'm out here trying to make a living. I'm trying to make a living of what I should be doing and what I can and cannot do. Hell, I can do whatever I want, but just the thing in that realm of what I cannot do, you know, I'm being modest on that. You know, just what is what's gonna take place. I do know one thing that media is a good communications um, uh, deal to have because I'll tell you something, you don't want to think about that. Our world shut down. We don't want the world to shut down. We want to move forward and be productive and be advanced in some things and take it there and live our lives to the fullest. You know, we got fam we got family issues, we got issues, and we want to be able to deal with that in such of a way that we know we can move forward. You know, y'all taking care of what y'all supposed to be taking care of there. We down here trying to take care of what we doing down here, make our life worth living. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. And you know, they speaking about it on Instagram, but I'm on YouTube and I know what's up. I know what they're doing over there. I know what they're doing over there. I know what they're saying over there. And on the real, we're doing and saying the same thing. You know, we're saying, you know what? Y'all need to come on with the come on. And so these people, yeah, it's cool. It's gravy. It's all cool. It's all good. These people will promise you the world, but can they deliver? Yeah, it's really something else. Can they deliver? Really, they are not promising you anything. You know, it's it's a hard pill to swallow. You know that's where the rubber meet the road. When life get real, and they get real tough. What the heck are you gonna do? But talk about it. Come on. And I'm glad that those out there are aiding and assisting those who are in need because I'm doing the same thing. I'm feeding those who out there that needs to be who in need of some things. I'm giving in those areas that is needed to be given. I'm doing it. Yeah. And it's happening. This thing is real. People out there, they need food, they need clothes, they need housing. And see, that's when the realness comes. You know, prayers have already been sent up. It's time to rain down blessings. It's time for the blessings to come. People need help, and those who can help should be helping. Don't put the people on hold. Don't put the people on hold. This is what makes up the world. The people makes the world up. But I'm seeing that those who are in those better positions is coming to the aid of those who are in need, and that's a real blessing, and it's a real joy. And I see those who's out there that doing that. I do it on a very moderate basis. You know, like when someone tells me that someone needs something, I go in my closet, I pull it out, I say, you know what? It's better to give than receive. So that which I can give, I will give. I will do what I can do from my end, from my angle. I'll do that. People need, when promises was made and the promises are not kept, it's hard. And you know who promised and they turned around and they reneged. Reneged. Yeah. The promise was told. and then it was reneged. Come on. People need housing. And it comes from them. It comes from them higher up. You know the people out here need. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. And I just thank God that those who are helping. And if I can do, I'm going to do. Make this place a better world for you and for me. And this is what, this is part of the thinking, to making this world a better place. And it takes a little, and they're not even giving that. It just takes a little. Just takes a little. Don't just take away, but give the people what they need. Come on now. Basic. What is basic? We all know what basic is. Food, clothing, housing. People need that. And I pray that my prayers that I prayed umpteen years ago will come into operation, into play. That God hadn't forgot that those who need, and not only God hadn't forgot, the ones who are in those positions, don't forget what the people need. People need housing. People need that. The elements outdoors is not made for man. And they're the ones to do it. Somebody, come on now. Y'all can do this. Come to the rescue of the people. Don't forget about, you know what? I've said it, and I'll say it again. It starts off with the people. Is that what it said? Isn't that what it reads and say? We are the people. It says it. Come on. I'm not going to go too deep into it. You understand what I'm saying? And those who we place there need to represent us there. Come on, it can be done. It can be done. All right now, it can be done. We are looking for the better, because the better is to be had. We want to do better. We can do better, and we want to do better. Know that who we are. We want to do better. Yes. We want to have and to hold. Yeah. So here I am, thinking on some things, understanding what's going on, praying. Because as I remember, and I can remember so well, that I prayed years ago. And I believe those prayers carried on into today's world, and we prayed for them, that they will make good and sound decisions. Come on, don't give up. And still praying today. The words say, pray for those who is in high positions and authority. Do they not forgotten that? Had they not forgotten that the people is praying for them? Yeah. See, I don't know if they read that. I don't know if they know that part that's written. We know a lot of parts, but do they remember that part? That the people is praying for those who are in high places and authority. But it says, bring down the principalities of wickedness and evilness in high places. But we place that with prayers, that God will put in position people who will make sound decisions. You cannot leave the people out in the cold. Come on. Don't leave the people out in the cold. Don't be so hard that mercy will not prevail. Because it will. But we got to understand and know that they know this. That's what I think on. Do they know these things? Do they care? Do they really care? But I'm recognizing and seeing they putting the Bible in back into school. Yeah, they putting that back. They putting that back into school. But sometimes we have to check them. Try the spirit by the spirit. We got to check that spirit to see what kind of spirit continuously is. You know, because sometimes that spirit will switch up on you. It'll switch, it'll change upon you. But what God say? God said He the same yesterday and forever. So those spirits can switch and change. But God is the same always. Just a little reminiscing in Bible, recalling. The word of God will always stand. It stands and it stands firm. We got to get back and lean on it. We got to let them know. Don't they forget. Don't forget what we know. That which is right to do, do it. You know the right thing to do, do it. Do the right thing. We know it. Do you not know we know? The people know. The people know right from wrong. Yes. Remember that. They need to remember that the people know. We know. We got to let them know that we know. Recall it to their memory that we are the people. And y'all need to be whole and do right by the people. Come on now. Silver and gold I have not, but that which I have, I share, I give, I do. Yeah, come on. All right. See, when the Spirit comes, He said that He will lead us and guide us into all truth. And we can be assured that when the Spirit of truth comes, it corrects, it directs, it confirms, and it holds. Ooh. All right now. It's been real. This thing has been real. Spirit of truth. Take that with us. Ooh. They have to remember. They're going to have to remember. Can they remember? Do we need to check their memory? Oh, well. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification so when you know I'm coming on. And we're going to stand firm. We're going to stand firm. We are going to stand firm in what we believe in. Our hope and our faith is built on nothing less but the blood of Jesus and righteousness. Yeah, we're going to stand. We're going to stand. We proof. We've shown proof that we can, we shall, and we will do all things through Christ who strengthens us. This we know. This we know. We've tested it, and it stands. And it stands firm. And this is what we stand on. The solid rock. And so when we're tested and we're tried, and we come out as pure gold. Pure gold. We shine like a diamond. Yeah. Like they say, you've been through the wash. You've been through the wash. We can say we have been through the wash and we have come out white as snow. Ooh, but when you stop and think, when I stop and think about it, let me know, are you standing for the people? Sometimes I want to know. I want to know, are you standing for me? I trust God. I believe God. But can I believe man? Are you going to leave it up to my discretion? All right. I'm hoping for the best. Are you going to let me decide? So, let me know that you're standing for the people. There are those who have. So many who need and need. Like they say, breathe. All right. Just a couple exercises. Breathing exercise, Sometimes you got to release and let go. Release and let go. Breathe. Let go. All right, y'all. Again, like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on your notifications. It's been good. It's been real good. I'm going to go. I'm going to go back to sleep. I started off waking up by 2:30 this morning, and I'm going to go back to bed. It should be going 2:30, 3:30, 4:30. It's about 4:30. Okay, so 2:30, 3, 4, 4:30, 4:30, 4:40. It should be 4:43. Should be 4:43. Yep, should be about 4:43 from the time that I got up about 2:30, and I'm into this thing about 2 hours and almost 15 minutes. It should be about 4:40, 4:43, 4:44 now. Yeah. So I got up early this morning because I never know when I want to jump back on this thing, but I got some things I got to do. And so I wish you well. There are those who probably have gone off to bed, gone off to nap now. So I got to do this thing real early. Praise God for that. I thank God for me getting up early and getting this nice shower in. I'll get another one in by late this evening, and take me another nap. Rest is good. We as people, we need to kind of rest after we done worked. Because sometimes working the mind, thinking too hard, kind of exhausts you. You're thinking too hard, you're worrying, you're working and worrying. That's a bad combination right there. Working and worrying. That don't solve no kind of issues. Just that leads to other things. So calm down, relax. And we did some breathing exercise. Take you a breath or two and come back again. So I'm gonna go, and I'm Brenda. I thank you all for coming to my platform and just having a laugh or two, a conversation, expressing how you feel, because uh, I I try to be open, because it's hard to get people to unwind and to loosen up, and tell and say what they want to say, what's on their minds and hearts about things and how they're feeling, And I appreciate when they ask me how I feel, because my family asks me that all the time. Well, how are you feeling? Sometimes I say I don't want to be bothered. I tell myself I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm fine, But they know as long as I'm laughing, I'm kind of pretty on the good side, laughing and smiling, smiling. You're not in that you're not in that zone, that phase of not smiling. If you smiling, you're really smiling. You're really laughing. When you're smiling, you're laughing. You can tell the tone of a person. This ain't no fake laugh. This is a real laugh. God giving me a good laughter, a good laugh and laughter. Just some of this is good for you as a person, to have a good spirit, get that good vibe going on, good spirit of how you're feeling, of how you're supposed to feel. Sometime in life where you become numb, like you just numb to things, just loosen up. I know, I've been there. I know how it feels to be numb. Mhm. So when the Lord grows you and give you laughter, laugh much as you can, laugh loud as you can too, if you want to, just laugh. I remember a lady, she used to break out laughing, and she just lightened the day. Just, hey, I just hope you have a good day. In this laughter, she would just break out with a laugh, just a holler. So that it is all good. I can't let y'all go. I just can't turn you loose. What is it? What is it that I'm not saying that I should be saying? And it's true that sometimes people come through because they're hurting. They're hurting. They need a word from God, a word from heaven. They need to know that God is real. That Jesus came and he came to sacrifice that we may have a right to the tree of life. He's forgiven us of our sins. He made us whole, made us feel he's in control of, you know, giving your life over to him, letting him orchestrate your life and your day, and you're doing and you're going on. Yeah, he can do it. He can do it. So that's what it is. Uh, take hold of the word. Study the word. I studied the word for years. I told the Lord, Lord, I got the word hidden in my heart that I may not sin against you. It's there. And when it comes, it comes. I got the word in my heart. I tucked it away into my heart. That's it. So I'm gonna say good night. Hi, Isaac. Thank you. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you. It's my bedtime now. I've already been to bed. I'm finna go back to bed. Oh Lord, thank the Lord. I got that TV out of my room. Ooh, I can clear my head. All that noise, and I still need to be healed of all that noise that was in my ears. And this was, happening for a long time. I get that noise, and look, I hope I keep that TV out of my room, because I got one. I have a television in the living room. I have one in the living room. I don't need one in my bedroom. When I go in my bedroom, I need some peace and some quiet. You know, it had taken me this long to discover it, but I don't discover it. I have discovered the TV I don't need. It's 24/7, all day, every day, 365. TV is in my bedroom all day, every day. I done got that out of my life. I want some peace of mind from the TV, because it's steady going. They got advertisement, they got movies, they got just and you fall asleep on that and it's still going. I'm gonna try to get my mind healed and cleared of all that noise. Yes, I am. So Isaac, you came at a time when I'm not finna disappear, but I've been here ever since 2:30. I got up at 2:30, but I think I got here on site maybe about 3 o'clock. Got on site, yeah, on site about 3 o'clock, and I done hung around and I done stayed around, so I done talked and I can go back over everything I talked about because I pride myself in remembering and recalling. And when I talk to my people here at the house, I talk to them at the house, and I said, "Well, do you know how this conversation got started? And what we want to talk about." When I came here on site, I had no agenda, no thought, no program, no nothing. And somebody just said, "Hi, how you doing?" And that was the conversation right there. You had to learn how to say hello. You had to learn how to wave and say hi. Even in the real world, you had to learn how to speak. And somebody said they had to learn that skill, and that is a skill to learn how to speak. But y'all, I'm getting sleepy. I don't want to go over everything, recapping everything that I've been talking about. I'm gonna say that for a different day. So Isaac, I'm gonna say good night to you. It's been nice meeting you. And I'm gonna check out your page here. You got a page? I see it. Let me check you out, Isaac. And I don't know who you are, sir. I'm getting a little sleepy here. I have a little tea water here that I had, and I was drinking it because I have, I don't want to say it like that, but I'm gonna say it like that. I have a problem with drinking water, and I know how to drink a lot of water, and I know how to drink more water and a lot of water. It's just I need a little something in it because plain water don't cut it for me now. Just to drink plain water, And so what I do, I put a different little stuff in it, like what they got the Pedialyte for adults. It allows you to drink more water. You want to drink more water. And so by putting then when I put lemon juice and lime juice in water, that produces more acid for the stomach, so that when you digest your food will digest better. Having a little acid in your stomach by drinking a little lemon juice um, before you start eating. You can just take a teaspoonful of lemon juice before you get started. I mean, I don't know who had that situation, a problem, but whoever take your tablespoon, 2 tablespoon, teaspoon, or whatever. What 4 teaspoons is 2 tablespoons. What I'm gonna say it like this: 2 teaspoons is 1 tablespoon full of whatever you having to take. So if you're taking just a taste of lemon juice, 2 teaspoons equal to 1 tablespoon. Okay, 4 tablespoons equal to 4 tablespoons. A teaspoon, four teaspoons equal to 2 tablespoons. You all get the math. You all know it. So, and that's what I do. I'll put a little lemon juice in my water, or do the Pedialyte, or they got they have the sports drinks. What is I just had some the other day, and it costs you to drink more water, and that's a good thing, especially when you don't drink as much water as you ought to. Where this come from? 8 glasses of water a day. It's good because I had some friends drinking gallons. They was toning. They trying to tone themselves, and it's a good to tone yourself, to drink a lot of water. Don't just blow your belly up with a lot of water, but to do flushing, the flush. They filling up their gallon and making sure if I got a gallon of water a day, that's what I'm gonna be drinking throughout the day. That particular gallon until you finish. That's how these gals. That's how these gals got toned up. kind of drop a couple of pounds or two by flushing themselves with a lot of water, not at one time, but a gallon for that particular day. But I just drink a glass of water or as needed because it's good. And see, with this dry cough that I have, that's probably what I need is some water. And so I'm going to drink some more water throughout this day and every day, really. So, Mr. Isaac, I'm going to go, sir. And all the rest of my platform people, I'm getting ready to get up out of here. I'm sleeping now. I done talked myself into a sleep like I did before. I had gotten up where I was talking and then I got sleepy and now it's about four in the morning, four something in the morning, and I'm finna go back to bed. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take off all jewelry. I'm not finna do no strip tea, but I'm finna get myself ready for bed again. Taking off all jewelry. I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm sleeping now for real. This is real talk. This is real talk, y'all. I'm getting ready for bed. I'm getting ready. I'm taking off a necklace. I'm getting ready for bed. I'm finna go to bed because I'm sleepy. I'm gonna go put on some nighties. I'm gonna put on some jammies. And I'm out of here. I'm going to bed. Good night, you all. You can say good night in many ways, but I'm just going to say good night in the American way. You all have a good night. A blessed morning. It's breakfast time. I'm going to lay down then. I'm going to get up. I'll probably get up by 7. I'm going to fix some breakfast. No, I'm not going to drink any coffee because that'll keep me up. I want to go to sleep. I'm going to say so long. Take care. I love you. I'm glad you came. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming. You have a blessed and wonderful day. Good night.